Hello everybody, this is Williams Alfred Onen, aka Kiwix from the Kiwixcompo studio, and I'm here to just give you a brief tutorial about on how to create a quadratic equation solver. Now, for more info, you can log on to any of these websites. The second one is our blog, the first is our website, and you can get more information on any computer stuff you would like help you would like to get the help about. So let's move on straight to what we have on hand. Now we move on to create new project, a console application. We'll go next, C++. Now the project title is a quadratic equation solver. You can name it anything you want, but this is for clarity's sake. Anybody that doesn't even that's just entered my computer will know the aim of this, so that's for simplicity. Next, finish. Alright, we come to the main page, that's CPP, and here we have just a sample CPP file. We don't need this, right? So we go ahead and take it out. Alright, let me save. So it's a quadratic equation solver, so what we will need is to declare variables that will denote the first value of x, second value of x, since in quadratic equations we have two values of x, and then we will also need the user to input value of a, b, and c. So with that all said, we would just want to continue. Okay, so first of all, start by declaring the variable double. Let's name the first value of x to be x1, second value of x to be x2, then a, b, and c. Exactly. Now I declared my variables outside the main function so as to make them global. I can reuse these same variables in another function and it will work. So that's why I declared them as global. I can easily put them here, somewhere here, and they would still work, but only for the main function. Alright, so the first thing we would like the user to see is a message telling the user to input the values. Alright, so we see out in a polite manner, like please enter the value of, let's say, a, and then we move to the next line, something like this. Then we give a provision where the user will enter the value of a, since we have already declared shown the message. So we see in a. We do the same. Let's copy paste. I love copy and paste. Sometimes it though it makes one lazy, but sometimes I really regret, because when I use my notebooks and I come to a place where I write the same thing and there's no copy and paste, I'll be like, where's my computer? So this is it. Okay, C, and put the value of this, A, B, C, and then for provision for all. Exactly. So now we go ahead and move to the calculation. Like, alright, we're trying to find the value of x, and we know that formula for finding the quadratic equation, we call it almighty formula. The formula is x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2 times a. Now where we have x1, let's have x1, sorry, to be equal to minus b. Since we have two values of x and we have declared one to be each, so the first one would be the positive version, like minus b plus. Now in C++ or on our standard keyboard, we don't have any symbol that represents the square root of something. So because of this, many programming languages have their own special functions, have their own special like keywords to denote those symbols. So in C++, it's sqrt, meaning square root. Square root of what? So anything within this bracket, the square root of it will be taken. Any calculation we do, any value we put here. So square root of b squared, which is b times b. Yes. Let me leave some spaces here so that it will be easily read. B squared minus 4 times a times c. Alright, b squared minus b plus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. Now all divide by 2 times a. All divide by 2 times a. So 2 multiplied by a. Now we end. Now this, do you think when we run this, when trying to find the value of x1, do you think we will get the same? We'll get the correct answer? No, I don't think so, because there's something in math. Since when we were in secondary school, primary schools, we have been taught something called board math, meaning you handle brackets first, bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And then because of this rule wouldn't be followed if we just leave this as it is. So what do we need to do? We need to say, okay, now we are first inside these brackets. It means the square root of everything here will be taken, and then that's the square root of everything here will be taken. Now after that, we know that 2 times a is divided by 2 times a, but the compiler will see this. If we leave it as it is, it will see it as, alright, after dividing everything, it will calculate everything here, then divide it by 2, and then multiply it by a. But that's not what we mean. We mean the 2 multiplied by a are the denominators. So how do we indicate that? We just put them in their own separate brackets. Exactly. Again, we need to show that, okay, everything here is what is divided by everything here. So how do we indicate that? We indicate that by simply enclosing this into another bracket. This looks neat and excellent. So this is for the x1. The x2 is virtually the same, just some slight changes. So copy and paste. As I said, I love copy and paste, but not in exams nor tests. I just love copy and paste on my computer. Don't misunderstand me. So this is minus b minus square root of b times b minus 4 times a times c, and all that. Alright, we just change a little thing, and I guess our calculation is done. So the next thing, alright, we have calculated. We need to show the user the result of what we have calculated. And how do we do that? We see out, like, or the first value of x is, and then x1. X1 stores everything we calculated here. It means this statement here, from here to this place, means everything we calculated here is assigned to x1. So we just, instead of writing everything here, you can just write x1 here. Or for long processes, if you like, you can write everything here and put here. So it means there's no need of declaring x1 and x2 from the first instance. But everybody wants simplicity. So this, we maybe end line, yes, and then we go ahead and maybe copy this and paste again, like, alright, the second value of x is this would be x2, correct. So I guess this is done. Let's try compiling it and see. Okay, we have an error, like sqrt was not declared in this scope. Wow. So in C++, the hash include here means we're including libraries, and a library in C++ is like a drawer where you get lots of things. So each library has its own special things that we get in it. Now we didn't include something special here. Why? We didn't. So that's why it doesn't recognize the sqrt. So here I usually advise people to hash include complex in any calculation you do, because complex is actually complex by the name. It has a lot of things in it. So if you are really confused about what to use, what to include, try including complex. It might help. It might help a lot. So we go ahead, compile it. Alright, we have 0 errors, 0 warnings, and our process finished on time. Okay, so when we run this, or when we run this, yeah, we have please enter the value of a, we have enter the value of b, any value, enter the value of c, and we have this as our results. Alright, this means when we have 23x squared plus 23x plus 4 equals 0, and we are asked to find the two values of x, this will be the values of x. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the real world, like find some problems. Maybe sample quadratic equation problems with solutions, something like that. Let's see what we get. Alright, some quadratic equations, improve your test, algebra. Let's open this, quadratic equation practice problems. Okay. Alright, let's open this too. Okay, quadratic equations. These are all problems with their solutions. It's good. It's really good. Alright, it's rich. You see, these are problems with their solutions, the answers. All we're interested is to test and see if our program gives us the same result. Let's go ahead and take maybe something like a simple equation. Let's use this 3. In this case, it means value of a is 1, value of b is 8, and then when 15 is added to both sides, value of c will be 15. So it means when we run our program again and insert those values, value of a is 1, value of b is 8, value of c is 15. Alright, we have the first value of x is -3, the second value of x is -5. And is that the same? Yes, first value of x is -3, second value of x is -5. It means our program is up and running. We can go ahead. These are lots of problems. We can use this to solve lots of problems. It means, alright, we have used it practically and it worked. So it means our program is okay. But what if in the case where we have something like F10. Maybe somebody enters value of a to be 0, value of y to be maybe b to be 2, value of c to be another 0. What do we have? Alright, we have the first value of x is this, and you know it's not possible for you to have value of a to be 0. If value of a is 0, based on the maths I know, if value of a is 0, it wouldn't be quadratic equation anymore, because that 0 multiply will multiply the coefficient of it to, as in, it will be the coefficient of x squared, and when it multiplies x squared it becomes 0, and then 0 is out, and then 0, so we have maybe like 2x equals 0, and then it's 0. It's not quadratic, and we are interested in quadratic equations. So how can we stop this? We can put a condition that this thing should only run, this compilation here up to this level should only run if a condition is achieved. Alright, we can put an if else statement here, like if we'll put the condition here, like the inputted values, which is a, b, and c. So if a or b or c, if a equals 0, yes, it can be so. If a equals 0, we can say if a is less than 0, because less or equal to 0, because there you can get possibilities where you have minus 5x squared is equal to something. So let's just leave it this way. If a equals 0, or b equals 0, or c equals 0 again, it should run this. Now this is something again, in if else statements, we use curly brackets after the if statement, preferably when we have more than one statement to execute within the if. Or had it been this is, maybe we just want to say if a equals 0, b equals 0, something like this, and we say we want to just see out the value of x, something like this, and it's just one statement without all these ones here, we just have one thing. We don't need to put these curly brackets, it will still run, but to make it as a block of statements within, we have to put the curly brackets. It's more preferable. So if that condition has been satisfied, as this condition in the bracket has been satisfied, it should execute this. So let's put an else. What if it's equal to 0? So it will be else. Now, just as I said, we don't need to put the brackets. Like, alright, else see out maybe invalid value of a, b, or c, something like that. Yes, it's correct. Invalid value of a, v, or c. Yes, so we have just one statement here. We didn't put any curly bracket, and even we would see out another thing else, we would have alright put it in curly bracket so that to know that this is all within the else statement. So let's go ahead and try it. Compile. It's compiling. Alright, no errors, no warnings, so let's run. Let's say we have at 0 again, 2, and then another 0 as we entered previously. Sorry, this is not even supposed to run. Oh, sorry. If value of a, b, or c is equal to 0, no, it shouldn't. I made a mistake. It means only if the value of a, b, and c is 0, that's when it should execute this, which is not supposed to be. So if value of a, b, and c is equal to 0, it should just echo this out. It should see out this. You see, this is kind of like English. I just explained something and I was wrong. I changed it. Alright, so this here we cut and paste. Perfect. So now we compile. Alright, we run. We enter the same values again. 0 to 0. Okay, but invalid value of A, B, or C. And then when we enter anything not 0, like our first example, that we had 1, 8, 15, we have the result printed out. So this is all for now, and at least we have a running C++ program that will be able to compile, that will be able to calculate quadratic equations, at least simple quadratic equations, and show you the result, show you an error or a user-defined error message that prompts out when pops out when the user inputs the values of A, B, or C as 0. And we talked about complex. It's a library that has a lot of things. I said from the name, it's complex. And then we declared these as doubles. Yes, we declared values of x1, x2, A, B, or C as doubles. Why? Because the value of x1 can be a decimal place. Value of x2 can be a decimal number. This can be a decimal number, and values of A, B, or C can also be decimal. Why? Because if we have values like 1 over 2x squared plus 5 over 3x, then maybe plus 8 over 5, they are they are fractions, which when you convert you get decimals. And if you declare them as integers, you will be wrong there, because it means you are restricting your program to calculate only quadratic equations with integer values. And the result would only be integers when you declare this as integer. If it's 20.553 anything, it just brings out 20. I don't think it will even approximate. So that's the rule of thumb is for such things, one has to just declare them as doubles for expansion's sake. Thank you very much for watching. For more computer related stuffs, not only C++, at least visit our website at Kiwixcompo.com or our blog at www.kiwixcompo.blogspot.com. See you there. Don't forget to leave a message there. Thank you very much.